Hello friends, welcome back to Dork and Disorderly. Today, it is a very special day. We are unboxing and doing a first run and first impressions on the Axial SCX30 Chevy C10. And yeah, I'm a little behind on this one, but I'm not one of those super cool influencers who get these things super early. I just bought it and it just arrived. So we're going to unbox it, we're going to run it on the indoor crawler course and talk about how we think it compares and what the future plans are for this bad boy. So thanks for coming along. Let's get rolling. So I got the baby blue, teal really, SCX30. I really actually wanted the black. I prefer black, but it just doesn't film as well in my experience, at least not on motorcycles. I assume that applies to RC cars too. Pretty standard SCX30 packaging, but people like to come along for the ride when it gets unboxed, so I'm happy to share it with you. All right, open the box. There she is. I like the packaging, how they sit sideways in there. Kind of fun. They don't have to. I feel like it would fit the other way, but it's just kind of a unique perspective, quite literally, on the vehicle as you're shopping, looking at it in the store. But there she is. That's the beautiful baby blue teal Chevy C10. You got your standard documentation, a few stickers, and a manual. I'm not going to bore you to death with that. I'm sure you've seen it before. And then underneath, transmitter, the standard Spectrum SLT2, shocker. I have about 200 of these. USB charger. Don't really like those anymore after I had a battery catch fire using one the other day. Not cool. Tools, those are the running boards. Those are the pipes, so like you could have it roll coal. And then the tool in here is actually very interesting because it's obviously the hex size you need for a lot of the work on it, but the back end, it's a wheel wrench for these tiny wheel nuts, so that's pretty cool. Let's get it out of the package. Oh, and batteries come in there, which is nice. The trick is don't get them upside down. Yeah, what do we got? Just some twisty ties. Looks like just twisty ties. Ooh. If you're into that kind of thing. She's free. Oh my God, that thing looks really cool. Super cool, dude. Let's see that slow motion flex test. Honestly, okay, there's a little bounce. There's a lot of bounce. Just a piece of tape on here. There we go. This tab on the body that slides into this slot on the frame. Chassis, whatever you want to call it. Cool looking, hard body, nice little details with the mirrors and the door handles and the roll bar. Even got the little C10 logo you can see. So pretty happy with that. The chrome turn signals, chrome bumper, Chevrolet embossed, even a little trailer hitch, which I didn't expect to see. So let me just give you, that's the front, side, rear, other side. And under the hood, you've got a little 65 turn motor, standard, just the same electronics in the other SCX30s, obviously. These tires are super swampers. So that's, is that a licensed swamper tire? It kind of looks like it. So they're a little bigger. The tires are slightly taller on the Chev. And you've got rubber strap on your battery, which is not coming out because I'm dumb and doing it the wrong way. 160 milliamp hour 30C 2S LiPo, very small, very compact. Probably got a little charge in it, hopefully, because that's what we're going to go attempt to see when we go run it here in a second. The Spectrum SX112 servo, very small servo. It's got chrome looking wheels, and like I said, the super swampers. Let me put the body back on, we can compare them to each other. The two models. That right there is a little ridge, a little round bar, and then these clips on the inside clip right onto it after you slide the rear into the rear. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was hard to pull out, because it snaps onto those. Here's the Bronco and the C10 side by side. The C10 is a lot taller, as you can see. It's also wider, as you can see. The tires look like they're taller. Yeah, it's significantly larger. So scale-wise, I feel like the Bronco looks a little small. I feel like they're not exactly the same scale. I could be wrong, but that's sort of the impression I get looking at it. Definitely more of a lifted, you can see how it towers over it on the top there, lifted old school mud boggin type truck that you'd see around my small hometown versus a more modern SUV. Damn, I really like the look of those tires. It looks like the wheels, yeah, the wheels on the Bronco are actually bigger, but the tires are smaller, so that's an interesting little change there. Oh, damn, that's a cool looking little rig. The second I saw these announced, I was just like, I'm ordering that. And I ordered it immediately because look how cool it is. And I wanted more SCX30s. I'm waiting for a Toyota. I wish it was a square body. I'll give you that. I like the square body Chevs more, but this is a really cool looking rig. So before we head over to the crawler course, I just wanted you to see LED lights powered on. There's also LED brake lights, or at least running lights. It doesn't look like, nope, they're not brake lights. And the steering's pretty quick, if you see. That is better than most of my 24s. A lot of people say that the 30 is a lot better than the 24, built better from the ground up. I definitely see why people think that. Speed. Yeah, definitely built for crawling. That is not going to catch much air off of anything. All right, let's go put her on the course. Start off nice and easy on the rock course. Just give her a chance to see how she performs. Up onto the stumps. And then through, oh, that slow crawl is really good, actually. Pretty good, considering that's a brush motor and it's stock. Let's just get a little flex in there, see how it does on the loose rocks. Not bad, not bad. Yeah. The lightweight helps because the rocks just aren't moving a lot underneath it. Okay, now the new hill climb section I just built. If you didn't see the video on that, I'll link it for you. Check it out. Pretty steep right there. Yeah, so definitely the height is going to be a bit of a disadvantage. Going to be a little top heavier than the Bronco, which is going to give you more clearance, but make it harder. Come on. All right, third time's a charm. Make it harder to get up more vertical hills. Let's try over here a little bit. There we go. There we go. There's the line we wanted. Yeah, good, 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 good. Okay, okay. Want to come back down that, see how it does? Same stuff. Dude, the motor's got a real good torque low down, that feels like. Yeah, that's pretty vertical right there. So the Bronco does, the bumper gets hung up right there. So the extra clearance is winning out in that spot. It's a terrible approach. Let's see if I can save it. Ah, no. One of those little logs are no trouble for the bigger cars. This thing actually needs a little suspension flex to get over. Nice. The log course is a new addition as well. First time I've actually run anything on it. It's really built for the bigger rigs, but I want to see. Oh God, I just spoke too soon. Oh, I had it a little speed. Yeah, now, it really is handling it quite well. Let's go over the big log. Yeah, that top heaviness really factors in, eh? Start to see it. It's actually a little lower on this side. I think we're going to get high-centered a little, but pulling through. All right. Can we get those tires are pretty sticky, especially for stock. We can have enough clearance. Okay, that's actually really impressive. I didn't think it was going to be able to do that. Let's come back down, see how we do. Yeah, good. The clearance is, like, I've got 24 scales that can't not rub right there. Try to use this log to get a little boost. Yep, up. Okay, this thing is seriously impressive. Wow, it's pretty damn good. Like nothing, like nobody's business. Unbelievably good. And we're gonna give the flex course a try, even though I think we're just gonna end up with a lot of wheels off the ground, but it's worth a shot. These things are just, I'm really impressed with it so far. I didn't expect it to be this good. I like these better than the bigger ones in a lot of ways. Yeah, I see. That flex is a lot to ask for this little rig. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah. Oh, come on. Okay, settle down. Definitely top heavy. That is going to be a concern with these. Well, damn. Let's run it back the other way just so you can see that suspension from the rear as it goes. And just not a lot of flex, and these are just turning into obstacles for it instead. But it does great. Clearance, very impressive. So that's just a quick unboxing and run of the C10. But damn, this thing is super impressive. I think Not shocked to discover that it's a little top heavy, and that makes it a little more unstable because it's got the bigger tires and it obviously is a taller rig. But I'm also really impressed with what it can do ground clearance wise. Like I said, some of the stuff it's getting over, my 24 scales can't even get over that easily. So let me know in the comments if you want to see a side-by-side comparison. I'll run this C10 and the Bronco on the course so you can see how they perform differently on different obstacles. And also let me know which one of these you want me to build. Should I build up the C10 because of the extra ground clearance built in? Or should I go with the Bronco because it's lower to the ground, lower center of gravity, gives you a little bit more stability? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll put a link to this in the description if you want to get your own Chevy C10 over at A-Main Hobbies, and I have a general affiliate link for them too if you want to support the channel while you're shopping there. I'd appreciate it if you'd hit it. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing because here at Dork and Disorderly, I break my stuff so you don't have to. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Mwah.